Welcome in. That's from Kate Tridden. I don't know about that. We're here for stage two of the Chasing Swiss tour. We'll take you to where the action really begins. We're on Muir on the Mountain. There's my little mock-up of the course on the left, and you might see right now is the winning move. So, for those that have watched stage one, you'll know that Woo doesn't have the license, and we let him go up the road right there. Now, this is a 6-day tour, and stage one was absolutely brutal. I know personally, I don't want to have 6 repeats of that stage again, so I'm happy to let the unlicensed man go up the road today, and we call it a day. 3K in terms of the result. Much to the joy of the guys in the pack. Gatesy says thanks all for the ride, and there's a nice little bit of chat happening up on the right if you want to follow along as we roll through Titans Grove for the first time. Now today we go up the Epic and the radio tower. Joined here by several teammates today. So we've got Adrian, who won slot 3 in stage 1. We got Alexis, we have Gatesy, and we have Jesse as well. Those guys in the rainbow kit. Now, Jesse's plan was to get off the front to get a head start for the climb. You can see him going up the road there. Gatesy has followed as well as Aaron Steele. So those guys are off. Adrian's just at the front there. He's about to close off the road. And those guys are going to set sail and make their way up towards Woo. They start the climb with a 50-second gap over us. I don't really have any plans at this stage until I see Adrian right there getting busy. So I just follow along to see what he's going to do. And he obviously wants to get stuck straight into it on the climb today, which he does. So I'm kind of intact, trying to get in his wheel, kind of mentally not necessarily prepared to be doing 8 watts a kilo ish at the moment. But so as I see him go orange again, I kind of let him go a little bit. Hey, Gatesy. And I follow the wheels of the guys in second, third, fourth, and fifth as we get onto the flatter section on the bridge. I'm probably more prepared for like a solid 20-minute effort than a 2-minute effort here. But it was about now where I see this gap and I think, okay, I'm got the legs here to bridge across to Adrian, and this could be where we set sail and kind of start to work our way into a bit of a gap, which we do here. You can see 3 seconds to the chasers there, which is soon 4 and then 5. As we start to get into it and soon get into some steady turns. You'll notice we also still have Jesse up the road. I kind of hoped that he'd hang on a bit longer today for a good result, but Adrian was into his work pretty early on that climb. Now, Jesse is going to provide us a nice little turn of work when we get up to him in a couple of minutes' time, which is obviously very welcomed on the Epic climb, which is pretty draftable. So you can see here we catch up to Jesse and Steele. Jesse goes to the front here and pretty much takes over the pacemaking at around 6 watts a kilo or so. Gives us a chance to have a bit of a draft and a breather, which is really nice on this KOM here. Now, Adrian and myself, we're both within like 2 seconds of 0 for our E gap. Thanks, Jesse. Appreciate the turn, mate. So I think our main plan today is to basically get both of us to the finish line, conserving our nice E gap and our chance to win the GC for the team and to have good results for Ruben and us too, which you can see is going well here. So we've switched turns the whole way up the Epic. I'm feeling pretty comfortable, to be honest. It was solid, but in good form. So it honestly didn't feel too bad at all. It was at this stage where I get into the super tuck and find out that Adrian's on a work call with his boss, and so I've dropped him. So that's how hard he's been working. That he's doing work while he's putting time into people on the Epic KOM. So we wait for Adrian a bit here as he catches up. And again, it was pretty for an 18-minute O2 Epic. This was as comfortable as I think it's ever been for me, which is a sign that the form is really good here. Wasn't really sure what the plan was going to be up the radio tower, whether it would be full gas or just kind of consolidate. And I'm especially a bit worried because I'm on the Halo bike, which isn't going to love the radio tower's gradients. It's not too bad on the Epic, I don't think, but the radio tower is steep. But I soon realised that Adrian was either occupied or not really that motivated today, because the radio tower was also a pretty controlled effort as far as I was concerned. Once we got that 30 seconds to a minute into it, we kind of just hovered around the 6 watts a kilo mark, which it felt really really quite contained compared to some radio towers I've done in the past. We then, because we're teammates, we could both descend at our own pace, kind of thing. We obviously kicked it up on the little pinches, but in terms of following each other, we just kind of rolled at our own pace. I'm a little bit heavier, probably on a faster bike for descending, so I get a few little gaps pretty easily. But Adrian's kind of got the confidence that I'm obviously going to wait for him at the bottom so he can get into his super tucks as well without wasting too much energy. And we kind of decide that for the last 9K or so, we'd just roll some turns, some steady turns. For me, I think the turns were somewhere around the threshold mark once Adrian eventually gets on down here. So because I'm a bit heavier, I think I was doing pretty much 60 seconds to his 30. And we basically roll in to the finish line that way and decide to basically try and finish as close as we could to each other. Now, this GC, I think, is going to come down to the time trial on stage 6. So it's on Ven 10. It's all uphill. It's going to be the test that really separates who's going to win this GC. And after 2 stages, thanks to all the other results, in my opinion, there's only 4 people that can probably win the GC from here. So the Rainbow Chasers are up against Jonas pretty much, who obviously had a fantastic race in stage 1, had a nice win in stage 2 as well. So as you can see, us getting into our work down on the flat there, just rolling off, and Adrian coming to the front for his turn of work. So don't feel like I expended too much energy on this stage, but I certainly wasn't as kind of motivated, and I felt a bit tired after that big one on stage 1. So I'm kind of glad that it wasn't as hard as stage 1, and that Adrian wasn't keen to follow Woo today, because he had a big ride again. So the next stage will be Achterbahn. So you can see it there. It's a really good course in Innsbruck. It will be another mountainous stage, which most of the week is, which is good fun. And there's the TT profile for stage 6. That's going to be the real decider. I think that's going to separate the 4 of us, because now with people that are ineligible for GC, I just don't think there are that many people that can put time into the 4 at the front. There's the results. Zwift power results there. So you can see those time gaps and numbers. The Kickr stage results that count licensed riders and people eligible for GC and stuff. So there it is there. And now to the total GC results. So you can see the top 4 are really close, and then there's a bit of a gap there to 5th after the results of stage 2. So thanks for watching. We'll see you tonight or tomorrow when this gets uploaded live in Innsbruck. Cheers.